Welcome to Girls Gone Hallmark, a Hallmark review podcast. I'm Megan, and I am a longtime Hallmark fan.
I'm Wendy. I'm a former Hallmark hater.
I fear the former is taking a leave of absence in this episode for Wendy.
Tell them why.
I received a text from Wendy last night. The bloom is off the Hope Valley rose for you.
I wish I was that eloquent.
You're just bored.
A little bit bored. And you didn't reply. And I was like, she didn't.
As I was talking about that, I realized, because in the time I was like, I don't know what to say because I don't hate it. And I don't want to be like contrary and be like, no, I don't hate it. I don't know.
Why? I'm always open for discussion.
I don't know. I just felt like saying like, oh, I still kind of like it. Being like, I don't know.
I think when we get through today's review from my POV, you'll understand why I was a little bit bored by this episode.
Oh, I don't even think I need any further explanation to understand why you're bored. We'll talk about it. We'll get into it. But a quick reminder that we are Girls Gone Hallmark everywhere on the internet, on Instagram, on Facebook. Follow us. Instagram is the very best place. But we did discover through our recent listener survey that a lot of you don't even know about the existence of our website, girlsgonehallmark.com. It is a wealth of information. There's so much good stuff over there. Wendy was looking up something and she goes, when did you even write this post?
Yeah, I did.
Stuff appears over there that you don't even know about.
I think I'm an active participant. I like to read our stuff.
You were
there.
Traveling when I had written that particular post.
All right.
Why don't we jump in to our discussion of Hope Valley? I keep wanting to say Hill Valley. That's from Back to the Future.
Aww.
Episode 5 with a synopsis.
When the children get lost in the woods, Rebecca opens up about her past to Tom as they search. Alexander helps Hattie crack her new safe. Clayton teaches Olivia woodworking. Oh, I bet he does. God. Sorry. I bet. Okay. Yikes. I'm 12, apparently. Wait, can I just stop there for a second? I was in our Facebook group over the weekend and I don't remember what the discussion even was, but the person was like, yeah, I don't like cursing and I don't like gratuitous things. I was like, whoops. And as those words just came out of my mouth, I remember seeing that person's comments. I was like,
Episode 5 of Hope Valley 1874 was directed by Alyssa Late Rogers. She's also directed When Calls the Heart, Family Law, which, by the way, I haven't watched that many episodes of, but I love it. And it's a little bit more edgy than your typical Hallmark fare. But I haven't gotten to the Benjamin Ayers episodes yet. And Chesapeake Shores.
This episode was written by Melody Fox. Some of Melody's previous work includes Private Eyes and Date My Dad.
If you know, you know. The Girls Gone Hallmark Date My Dad relevance. Hey, Wendy, what was your first impression of the 5th episode of Hope Valley 1874?
It sometimes scares me when you and I are on the same page because yesterday's episode, you used the term nothing burger, and that is my first impression. That this episode was a bit of a nothing burger, but I still ate it.
Here's my first impression. This episode, do you understand why that was in my head?
No.
It's so sunny. There's no rain.
Oh.
It's so
they finally got some good weather.
Yeah. Now it was cold. I saw Olivia's breath in that barn. Making her own heat, I guess. We need this to be a video podcast. We need to set up our podcast studio immediately.
Next fall. It's coming. You're going to set it up over the summer.
Sooner than that.
Okay.
Anyway, all right, let's talk what we liked about this episode.
Finally, we're getting to learn about Rebecca's past.
Yep.
Sort of. I mean, we get a lot more than I thought we were going to get in this episode, so I'm glad that we're finally getting some movement on her backstory. It is about time. This was episode 5, like, way to drag it out. I think they want to make this series a tenor, like a
well, and I think it's nice that we know we had said it's not going to be that big of a deal. I wouldn't say that it's not that big of a deal, but Rebecca's not a criminal.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed by that, to be honest.
I'm not surprised by it. You thought she was going to be on the lam.
Yes. Like, Jacob. Guys, I can't. We're so embedded in this world. I think it would raise the stakes. But maybe the way she's looking at it, has she kidnapped Sarah from this family? Her own her husband's family? Like, she's free to leave, right?
Yes, but because Tom says to her, what right do they have? And she says, none, but money can buy anything, basically.
Yes.
So she's afraid, she wasn't good enough for their son in their eyes, and she's afraid of the power that their money wields. I mean, honestly, the balls of these people to be like, well, your husband died, so now your daughter should come under our care. And you're going to now chase her across an entire country? Come on.
For real. How bad can Rebecca be? She's like, they never liked me. Well, because you know how to do everything? That's why they don't like you? Like, what could you possibly be so unlikable? How could you be so unlikable?
Well, but I think also we're watching shows like The Forsytes where we understand that it's not about who you are. It's about what you have and what your family has done.
Right.
I mean, I can understand that she would be from a world where, her in-laws didn't love her. And I did feel for her a little bit when she's like, I keep failing at keeping her safe.
Mm-hmm. Rebecca's spinning out because Sarah gets lost in the woods. And so she's like, I can't keep her safe.
This is pre-cell phone, pre-GPS. How are you going to track that kid?
I get it.
And
she's the original helicopter mom.
There were wolves.
Oh my gosh. We're going to talk about it.
Yeah, okay.
We are going to talk about it. Another thing I like, and this is in contrast to what I had mentioned last week, Rebecca and Tom are softening towards each other. There is a noticeable shift here in this episode.
For sure.
Tom's a little bit lighter. He makes a joke. Like, that's when I'm like, oh, Benjamin Harris, you're so funny. I know. I just get weak in the knees for him for some reason.
I get so
90s girls. And I love that Rebecca is finally opening up. She's not fully open, but she's trusting Tom a little bit.
Isn't it interesting that Tom is the one she trusted because she had an opportunity to open up to Hattie?
Right.
Because Hattie even followed up and said, is everything okay after that letter you received? And we've seen Rebecca and Hattie form a friendship, but ultimately it was Tom who she opened up to.
Right. Now, I have to say, wait, what happened? Because when Tom comes to Rebecca at the end and he's like, I saw the telegram. I didn't go hunting for it, but I saw the telegram. And I was like, am I missing something? Did they ever show Tom stumbling upon a letter and reading that letter?
No.
Okay. This is the quickest, surefire way that Rebecca is not going to trust this man if he's nosing around and knows the details.
There's 2 telegrams, right?
What did I miss?
There's one previously that said, you were right to leave.
Okay.
And I think that's the one he saw. I don't think he saw this letter.
Okay. When did that telegram?
I don't know. Actually, no. The only reason I know it is because it's in the previously on. And I thought, I've watched when was this? I don't know.
Interesting.
So that's what I believe he's talking about. And who knows, if a telegram, maybe he saw it at the trading post, because I assume that's where telegrams come and they're not in envelopes, and it's possible he saw that.
Okay.
That's my understanding. Look, I like Tom comes to her and he basically vows and says, if anybody tries to take Sarah away from you, they have to come through me first.
Maybe that's why he trusts her. She needs a big, strong man to help protect. I don't know.
Maybe that's why she trusts him.
Yeah.
Well, but maybe. So as I was watching this episode, I remember you thinking oh, it's so slow, right? And I thought, would it be believable any other way? If they were falling into bed with each other, would that romance be believable?
Where did that come from? No, I don't think they should be falling into bed with each other. I wouldn't find that believable either. I appreciate that they have this conversation and this understanding and they're becoming more comfortable with each other. What I didn't like about this episode is the circumstances that got them. The missing children out in the woods. I'm going to talk about it all in my wishes.
Can't wait.
I have a couple more likes.
Okay.
Sarah, I find just adorable. You know, I typically hate children. I just think she's so cute.
Mila Morgan.
She's a real chip off the old Rebecca block.
Yeah.
You know, she's like a caretaker. And I thought she was kind of more of the ones that was like consoling the other two when they were like lost out in the woods.
Yeah, because she's trekked across the frontier. She's done hard things.
Well, that's what I'm thinking is like it reinforces that she's been forced into this like more mature role for a long time, which I don't love, but it just helps her story, I guess, a little bit, like understanding of who she is, of this kid who's not fully a kid. Hattie's parent energy, I found deeply relatable. When she's annoyed at Olivia for like things being misplaced, and stuff, it was almost giving like this is a married couple that are really annoyed with each other's.
I just loved it when she was like, "You could try to be a little bit more like me, like try to pick up some of my." And then at the end is very sweet when she's like, "I want you to be your own person."
Yeah,
that's a very relatable parenting a young adult reality of like wanting to make sure they have the skills to succeed in life, but wanting them to be their own person and seeing them come into that. I mean,
at my house,
I have an almost an 18-year-old who's 2 weeks away from finishing his first year in college. So yeah, and we've had that same like push and pull of independence too. Because I'm like, yeah, you want to be independent, but your car's filthy, or you want to be independent, but you're sending me a parking ticket to pay, right? Like,
yes,
you want to be independent on your own terms.
Yes, ma'am.
Anyway, I find Hattie and Olivia's storyline highly believable and enjoyable, quite frankly.
Me too.
Anything else you like?
I have one last thing. We can finally see a little bit of progress on the boarding house. To me, it looked visually like brighter, cleaner, like something. There is movement happening here, and
time has definitely passed in between episodes.
Thank God.
Yeah. So for me, we've touched on a lot of my likes, but I do want to say that at the beginning of this episode, something about Rebecca seems tougher and a little bit more settled. And I think when we see the way the rest of the episode plays out, to me, it seems like she was starting to let her guard down a little bit. She and Sarah are having this nice moment, riding their wagon, which I got to talk about, to Peggy and Jenny's. And she drops off Sarah, and it's very like, she's trusting in this situation. She's dropping off Sarah to spend the day with Jenny. She's going to do some things. It feels like she has settled in. And then for her to turn around, for Sarah to get lost, for them to need to go on this trek to the woods to find her. To me, it feels like, oh, she let her guard down and she was proven right that she needed to have her guard up this whole time.
Yeah, it's like that Julia Roberts movie, Sleeping with the Enemy, where she like runs away, right? And she's getting settled into her new space, and she's
the towels.
Yes. That's a great movie.
It's a terrifying movie. Oh my gosh. Yes, exactly.
It's a classic storytelling with this woman is getting settled and comfortable, and then bam,
he finds you.
Yeah.
I have a couple more things. One, these are not just likes. This is just commentary. Every week, somehow we find a way to relate this show back to Summer House. And for me, the Summer House moment is when Clayton is teaching Olivia to carve wood, and he uses the line, "See, it just takes a gentle touch," is giving Carl teaching Bailey how to golf.
Oh.
Although Carl was teaching Bailey how to golf from 10 feet away and just like shouting instructions at her instead of like giving her the whole
I think he
behind the back situation.
He's trying to respect her.
No, I agree. I agree.
Grope her from
not trying to do the old, let me just show you.
Yeah. Gross. Get out of here.
We had said, why aren't the kids prospecting? Why aren't they down there? I do think we answer our own question here, because Sam is like, oh, Dad says prospecting is just a way to get rich quick. And Doyle's like, better than getting rich slow. I'm like, if these kids
blame Doyle?
I don't at all. I don't blame Doyle at all. And I also am thinking, I know the kids probably have chores and responsibilities, but they have playtime. And I'm thinking, why can they not spend their playtime? Like, why aren't they trying? Yeah, playing in the river.
You and I both have been to Knott's Berry Farm and panned for gold because it's fun.
Yeah, and you get your little flakes in a jar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it's just the entrepreneur in me. I'm like, send the kids down there. Well, what? No harm, no foul. Anyway,
Yeah.
just
I
following
agree.
up on that discussion. And that's a wrap on my likes. Let's take a quick break and come right back with our wishes. Alrighty, let's hear your wishes.
The whole kids lost in the woods plot. This is where I'm talking nothing burger of an episode. I have a lot of problems with it. First of all, it needed to feel more dangerous. I know there's these wolves out there. I know I quoted it, but hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. What would make it would feel more dangerous is put the sketchy prospectors out in the woods. That's who they should be afraid of. That's the criminal element, I think. They have already, the guy who comes and tries to get into Hattie's safe has a criminal element to him. He's a prospector. He's out there trying to get rich too, right? So make all the prospectors sort of sketch. And that's where the danger lies, not into some freaking lost smoke monster out in the woods, which did you see like when they get rescued?
The bushes are rattling.
Yes, I was like, is that a smoke monster from Lost? I was like, that's
I rewound it.
ridiculous.
I'm like, because they do show the wolf earlier, yes? I think they show the wolf
Where
earlier.
would they get a wolf for the show?
It's B-roll, I'm sure.
I don't remember seeing a wolf.
I thought they showed us a wolf at one point. I'm pretty sure they did.
Do wolves eat children?
Well, wolves are enormous, and I think they are actually quite dangerous. Foxes, small. Wolves, big and dangerous. Yes.
Are they dressed up like grandmas?
Anyway, I thought the shaking of the trees was a little silly too.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Not bringing the grit.
Here's my other problem with this. Aren't we on Tom's land? Isn't this Tom's land out here?
Yeah, they even say, are we still on the Moore Ranch?
You would feel like he would be able to navigate his land like the back of his hand.
What? He doesn't get lost, but they don't know where the children are.
That's what I'm saying. He should know every nook and cranny. Look, I know every nook and cranny in my backyard, okay?
I hear you. I agree. But my point is, they are checking all the nooks and crannies.
I just feel like he would know where they would be.
But how?
I don't know. Was this like a big ploy? Like he's like, I don't know. I'll search for these kids with you. And I get to spend time with you, Rebecca. Get to know all your deep, dark secrets.
No.
I'm telling you, it was a nothing burger of an episode.
Well, I mean, the stakes are low for sure, but not when your kid is missing and it's after dark and you're like lost in the woods.
I have more wishes, but let me hear yours.
Well, last episode, one of our big plot points was Sarah felt very much dismissed by Rebecca, and that all seems to be forgotten. Sarah and Jenny are best friends. Sarah's happy to be dropped off there to make her pillows and go on her adventures.
Hey, pillows.
We've moved on. Well, they don't have batting. There's no
know.
big mics down the street.
Big mics. I had to Google like if hay was an actual material, and the answer was yes.
Yeah.
Ugh. I would
Yeah.
rather sleep on concrete.
The boarders sure are going to love the pillows. I was not meant for life on the frontier. I'm just going to walk into the river and let it take me away. I just was meant to be born with Wi-Fi in my hand. I'm tired of the love triangle.
Olivia and
It's the same thing every
Alexander.
week, you know. Constable's like, oh, your drawings have been accepted, and unfortunately one of mine too. And she's like, I gotta go tell Clayton. And he goes, oh.
Yeah, it's
I'm just tired of it, but we didn't talk about it, but I did love Clayton and Olivia having I'm just gonna stay and watch.
I can't stand that.
No?
No, it's that she's giving him the same puppy dog eyes she was doing to Alexander last week. Tell me your story. I'm gonna stay and watch. Am I right? She was the one that said, I'm gonna stay and watch while you're working that floor. People hate us right now. I'm sorry.
All right, and what are your other wishes?
Hattie's safe storyline was sort of relatable as somebody who can't remember the code that AT&T sends me when I need to plug it into something to get access. So I get that she couldn't remember the
Yeah, she's having trouble adapting with the times.
perimenopause
girl.
on the frontier. It just was so dumb too. But it did make me wonder, like, is this foreshadowing at all? And when Calls the Heart, does the trading post become a bank at some point? Because she does make reference to, like, oh, my husband would have said.
I don't know.
You know, I don't know. And they have the safe, like, out in the middle.
It's in my Did You See That?
Okay.
Are they going to leave it there?
I don't know. Rebecca has no chill when the constable is around. If this woman is, like, feels like she's on the run, like, she needs to dial it back when he's around. She's so, like, I'm scared of the law.
Yeah.
Dude, be a criminal. I know she's not a criminal, but like, just be chill.
Look, the law is on her side, so you almost feel like she could let him in. Like,
she could be like, I'm getting these threatening letters from my husband.
this is my child. They have no right to him. They're coming for me.
Protect me.
Yes. But she probably doesn't, money can maybe buy people, and she's worried that he's been influenced by the wrong people.
Just be chill. Don't be like
Uncool.
uncool. That's the word. That's the line. God. Bravo has infiltrated my brain forever.
Are you ready for Did You See That?
Yeah, let's talk about the wagon.
Okay, tell me you noticed in the opening scene, Rebecca and Sarah are bumping along in their wagon, and we never see the horse. We see it in the next scene as they up to the ranch.
Yeah.
But as they're bumping along, we never see the horse. There's no horse.
It's not the first time.
I hadn't noticed, but I believe it. And I was like, oh, look at that tight framing there.
Green screen?
Maybe I don't know, but also I just imagine some poor PA. The wagon on his back, or maybe they have some machine that like kind of bumps the wagon up and along like a vehicle.
Maybe. I gotta tell you, I low-key felt like motion sick watching that scene.
It's real bumpy.
Yeah, I'm like, what is happening?
Is there no
here?
like rut in the road that you can drive through since you've driven this path a million times? It's that bumpy.
Hook that wagon up to an ATV. No, that would be too fast. But something. Hook it up to an electric bike and have the PA ride the electric bike so it looks more realistic. It looked green screen to me.
It may have. I just noticed that there's no horse.
But it was making me nauseous.
It was quite bumpy.
I'm so glad you noticed it.
I thought the voice in the letter that was sent to Rebecca, the voiceover, it sounded like Laura Linney to me.
Laura Linney?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm sure it's not. It just had a Laura Linney quality to it.
I wonder who it was.
Me too.
Some PA again.
Did you hear the line, Rebecca says, he's beautiful, and Tom says, and feisty, but the good ones are worth the time, when they're talking about a horse?
Or himself.
Her. He's talking about her.
Oh, I thought he was talking about himself.
He's talking about, maybe. I thought he was talking about her. She's feisty.
Tom's feisty too. Not feisty enough, in my opinion. But, okay, wait a minute. We need to talk about the safe.
All I have to say is it's in the middle of the floor and it makes no sense. Someone's going to stub their toe on that every single damn day. And it's going to be me.
Why is it out in the middle of the freaking trading post store?
Makes no sense.
I did really enjoy Hattie's little pouch, her little money pouch. I'm having a garage sale in a couple weeks. I thought, how cute would I be with my little pouch? Should I get that little wraparound shawl situation too?
I kind of feel like you have had a pouch like that for a garage sale situation.
No, I like wearing an apron.
Oh,
I'm an apron kind of girl.
you just need like a server's pouch, like a waitress wears.
Yeah.
Tuck their
I like that.
their pen and their notepad.
Yeah.
Tuck your money in there. You need like a change belt, like they have it in the drive-throughs. Count out your change.
Yeah. Speaking of my garage sale, I was like, should I accept Venmo?
Yeah.
Yeah, I should, right?
You should put up a QR code.
I'm like, I don't want to deal with your dollars. Send me
I mean,
your
you could take
Venmo.
cash because people will come with cash to a garage sale.
course.
But are you allowed to accept Venmo at your community garage sale?
It's my own sale. We're part of a community garage sale, but that's
Do you
being
not have
advertised.
to go?
No, it's in front of my house.
When our community does it, they sell you a space and you have to go.
oh,
so
I
it's
love that idea.
It's nice for the shopper. Kind of annoying if you have like big stuff to haul over there or a lot of stuff. We've only done it one time. For that reason, yes, you are not allowed to have it in front of your house.
In your city?
In our neighborhood. HOA, baby.
Oh. Interesting. I have 2 more. Did you see that? Hattie has a second hole piercing up here, which
Interesting.
a lot of women do in 2026. I did Google it. I was like, how common were ear piercings during this time? It said it was common, but you would wear like a Victorian style, like drop down earring, not a stud. And she only has 1 stud in 1 ear.
Maybe it's new and she can't take it out.
Maybe. Yeah. And then my last, did you see that, is when the kids are trying to start a fire. And was I the only one yelling at the screen like they do on Survivor? Like, blow on the fire, blow on the fire. They just let it like go out.
Yeah, they would have lost the fire building challenge.
Yeah, they needed to blow some oxygen. I don't know what it is. I don't know how to make fire, but on Survivor, like they blow on it and then it builds, right? Kids, Sarah really dropped the ball on that one. That's all I have.
Me too.
How many episodes are left? I am dying to know the numbers because when they promote the show, they say like Hallmark Plus's hit show.
Oh, they do?
Is it a hit?
I don't know.
I would love to know.
8. 3 more. 3 more.
3 more. Here's my prediction is what's going to happen. In episode 8, somebody from Rebecca's husband's family is going to show up.
Oh, and we're going to leave on a cliffhanger.
Don't you think?
Yeah, that sounds plausible.
And we might get like a reveal of the boarding house. I think I saw that in like this season on.
Oh, that would be nice. That's a wrap on our discussion of Hope Valley 1874, episode 5. We'll be back next time with more Hallmark reviews. Goodbye.
Bye.
All right, friends, before we go, just a quick heads up. You're about to hear some ads. These little gems help us keep the show running and the Hallmark love flowing. So do with that info what you will. Grab a snack, hit the skip button, or maybe, just maybe, listen in and discover your new favorite product. Bye.